So July last year, I collected $306,000 in cash. And the previous year, I'd publicly stated how I was going to get back to a $250,000 a month run rate. And I hit that quicker than I anticipated after winding down a previous business. I hit that with the boundaries I set. And then 12 months later, I hit, even more than that and hitting over $300,000 in cash. But I was fried, and I was a little bit perplexed by this because I set strong boundaries in how I was going to operate in the delivery to my clients. I stated, as I set it up, and I stuck to this, that I was going to work 2 days a week. I worked on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And actually, to be honest, in most weeks, I would work in terms of client delivery and client serving work. I would do it on a Tuesday and Thursday morning, so I wasn't even, covering the whole day. But despite, keeping to my constraints, keeping to the boundaries that I'd set around, delivery and having the big, profit goals, I was really fried. And in unpacking this, I kind of got away from something that I've been talking about a lot, which is the distinctions between coaching, consulting, and mentorship. And what I discovered in the course of putting people in my program, the Syndicate, and coaching people, is that I was over-promising my bandwidth to a group of people, and I was under-delivering to another group of people. And in the process of the delivery, I'd kind of got away. No, I hadn't kind of got away. I'd got away from my, core distinctions between those things. And when we serve people, no matter how we serve people, expectations matter a lot. We sign up people to experiences that they haven't had. We deliver services, digitally. We deliver services remotely, and we kind of deliver things that are intangible and don't actually exist. So when you are promising to take someone somewhere and you're promising to get them something, not even promising, even alluding to it, you have a responsibility to, get that done. You have a responsibility to fulfill your promises. And the way that we do that is many and varied. If you run an agency, you deliver that through services. If you're coaching, you deliver that through, interpersonal relationship. If you're consulting, you deliver that by telling people what to do. And if you're mentoring, you deliver that by showing people, how you're doing it right now or how you've done it in the past. And I've learned over the past 6 months that the more you try and do all of those things, the less that you can actually do, and the more fluffy and woolly and inaccurate the expectations get. So what I did to solve this, and in the process of this, do not take this as a lesson. Do not have any course of woe is me. I generated an extremely large amount of profit last year. I generated a massive number of clients, a massive number of results, and I had fun along the way. I just discovered that I was doing things in less optimal ways than I possibly could. And only a few weeks ago, I kind of recalibrated that. And I've talked, previously, there's videos on this channel and others, how I was able to lower the prices for my mentorship by recalibrating the promise to that. And how I was able to raise prices for my coaching by, again, recalibrating the promise for that. And what has happened over the past few weeks is a big unlock of energy just by setting the right expectations and setting the right commitments. Because what I was doing before is I was taking on, what I perceived as mentorship clients, but I was doing a lot of coaching for people. And coaching requires a high level of care. You need to know people, you need to understand where they're going, you need to know that you have a relationship where you understand the actual true blockers to them getting what they want, because that helps you coach them through the true blockers, not just the kind of strategic problems that sit on the surface. What are the problems and what are the barriers to people actually doing the things they need to do, and what are the blockers to do them? And a lot of those are mental and emotional and very occasionally physical, but you need to have a relationship with that. And I was attempting under that model where I got burned out to some degree to have a close relationship with too many people. And in the course of recalibrating the mentorship and enabling myself to put the price down, I freed a lot of the expectation from myself of having to coach those people and have collapsed it down to the simple promise of I will show you what I do, I will show you what I've done, I will show you what's working right now, and I will make myself available on these times to guide you to implement those things and give you my perspective. And that's freed up a lot of energy, because that's kind of the massive, I have the most clients in that category of mentorship. And on the other side, I've had more coaching clients join, because it's clear to them and it's clear to me how much more committed that I can be, because I've freed up a lot of energy to get in there and hold them accountable, and they can hold me accountable to the things they need on a level of responsiveness that maybe wasn't available when I was trying to do too many things for too many people. And I tell you this to help you explore the relationship between all these things, because when we sign up to help people, when we've done something, or when we coach people, or when we show people, or whatever designations you matter, I think sometimes we just think it's just semantics. It doesn't really matter whether you're a coach or a consultant or a mentor. It doesn't really matter if you coach or consult or mentor people or deliver services to them, as long as the result happens. That is, I think that there's a lot that happens below the surface in terms of the thing that we're really signing up for, which is the human relationships. And having a definition, you can take mine or your definition of what these things mean, helps you, allocate the energy to the right places and the right people at the right time. I have freed up energy so I can deliver more of that energy to a smaller number of people. And I've freed up the energy of, the commitment that I made accidentally around mentorship, and lowered the price on that to make it accessible to a greater number of people, because it's simpler for me to do, because I do what I teach and teach what I do. And these designations have been super useful for me to essentially free up energy and allocate it in the right places. Because when you choose a lean model like I have, when you choose to be the only source of delivery, I've only got one team member who is in the background helping me, but I am the only source of delivery to my clients. The energy you allocate, when you're with them and when you're not there, matters a lot. And the commitments you make to them matters a lot as well. And as on observing this and talking to clients and, helping, clients over the past few weeks and months understand my designations of these and helping them unpack, I've noticed those same patterns in terms of people's businesses, because people who serve other people tend to care a lot, and it's not a switch that you can turn off. It's not just saying, I don't care about these people anymore, so I'm not doing that, and I care about these people more. It's allocating the care to match the promise and the things that people sign up with, which comes back to that word of expectations. What expectations do people have coming into your world? What expectations do they have while they're there? And what expectations do you place on yourself to actually deliver those things? And most burnout is not doing too much stuff, as I've discovered. It's creating creating excessive levels of energy to be doing all the things all the time for everybody, and not having constraints and boundaries around those things. So while I had constraints and boundaries around the time that I spent with people and the time that I allocated to them, I needed to even recalibrate and clear up the promises I was making and the commitments I was making. And the byproduct on the client side has been very interesting as well, because people have appreciated those distinctions, and they have appreciated how clear I have been about what they can expect from me, down to me telling them what I won't do for them and what I will not do for them. In my mentorship community now, in terms of the syndicate, I'm very clear to people, I will not hold you accountable to the things that you say you want and the things that you're doing. I'll ask you how it's going in the execution of those things, and I'll give you insights along the way to do that. But I will not hold you accountable. I will not chase you. I will not ask you questions about, what you're going to do next or those things. I won't future pace anything. I will just trust you to do the things that you need to do, and take the toolbox that I give you and the insights and the access that I give you to shape those things for yourself. And again, with my coaching clients, I've got into their world a lot more and a lot more actively to help them customize things in real time and help them modify those things and hold them accountable to things before where I didn't previously have bandwidth. So my experience is these things matter. They matter even more if you choose not to have a team, if you choose to run lean, and if you choose to do the things on your own these days, that choose the things that I choose to have a business that feeds your life. It goes beyond semantics. It goes, well into the energy and the commitments and the relationships we're holding with other people. And it's also a testament to, you can change these things as you go, and you can change your mind based on real evidence. I could have kept going. I could have kept pushing it. I could have pushed the income and those things even higher. I let it slide down and go backwards, on purpose. And again, don't cry for me. That it was a very healthy profit. No matter what month it was, and no matter how many people I was serving at any one time. So you can change things. You can calibrate it, and you can choose your own journey. There's a lot of very smart people out there who can give you the different toolboxes, and it's up to you to choose the ones that are right for you at the right time and the right season, and that can change along the way. But the semantics matter, the designations matter, and you deciding what is important for you and how you deliver value to people is very important to you. So even when you're not, on the tools and doing the work, that you're allocating energy in the right places, because at the end of the day, that's the whole game.